I've been working on something kind of ridiculous. I mean that in the best possible way. It's a video project based on a very silly idea. Taking Survivor, taking one of my favorite YouTubers, and then throwing the characters into this imaginary survival style scenario just to see how they'd interact. It's playful, it's dumb, and it's way more complicated than it has any right to be. The toolset for this has been interesting. I've been using Grok's video generator and OpenAI's image generator, which, yes, I had to drop $20 on just to get access. And once you spend the money, you really want to believe everything looks more impressive than it actually is. Like, no, this coffee definitely has depth. The wild part is the time ratio. 3 to 4 hours of work for about 35 seconds of footage. And most of that time wasn't rendering. It was problem solving. Certain characters couldn't appear directly. Some ideas worked on paper and then immediately broke in practice. One example, I wanted Tigger in a shot. Couldn't do it directly, copyright wall. So instead I made a Tigger sticker on my Galaxy S24 Ultra, placed him in the scene, manually, and then let Grok generate the video around that. Completely sideways, totally legal, weirdly effective. That's been the whole vibe of this project. Not brute force, but clever angles. After a few hours of that, I hit a wall, so I took a break. Coffee, a better good cookie bar, milk chocolate, which was genuinely excellent. Sour strips, which absolutely wrecked my tongue. I'm still feeling that decision. Worth it? Well, the chocolate was. Later that night, I helped a family friend return her rental car. It was just me driving, following her to the rental shop, then bringing her back afterward. The traffic was unpredictable in that specific way. We were technically alert but mentally exhausted by how inconsistent it is. Enough that once we were done, the tension just dropped. On the way back, dinner plans shifted. We were originally thinking pizza, but there was already a frozen one made at home that we ate. So we went with a bean and cheese burrito instead, chips and salsa on the side. They were fine, but not memorable, not bad. We got home, my mom and sister were in the middle of arts and crafts, supplies everywhere, paper tools, materials spread out across the space. It gave the house this really specific energy. Messy, lived in, creative, the kind of environment where it feels normal to sit down and put on a movie. So we put on East L.A. and we ended up watching the whole thing. The first part, tight pacing, good performances, it was genuinely funny. The middle sagged because it lost momentum, but the ending, that landed the choice Cheech's character makes. After months of work, after finally earning his way back, giving that spot up so someone else could cross, that stuck with me. It was sincere, quick, quietly emotional, and after that we watched some Cheech and Chong stand-up in a scene where everything spirals because they try to hide drugs by swallowing them. Very stupid, very funny. Exactly what it's supposed to be. Eventually, we hit that moment where everyone's tired but not quite ready to sleep. So we went for a walk. About an hour late at night, we passed near a college campus where music was playing. Not loud, not disruptive, just present. And at one point, a car drove past, pouring smoke from the exhaust, enough to make you stop and think, that doesn't look right. And I really hope the driver noticed and handled it very soon. When we got back, I made more coffee, more chocolate, more sour strips, because apparently I don't learn. I put on an Area 52 video, but lost interest almost immediately because it was clear it was a LARP, pretending to be a whistleblower story. Once the illusion dropped, there's nothing left to hold on to for me, so I went back to the project. Tweaking shots, testing ideas, letting the silly things slowly become real. At some point, I got woken up to move my car so my mom could go to work. This was actually earlier in the day, not later in the day. And I also filed my taxes in the morning as well, and that was very satisfying. I honestly put more time into the survival video than anything else today. Pretty crazy. Then I did some drawing, line work, while listening to a podcast about Zardos. And then I worked on my Brain Jam YouTube channel. Afterwards, I took my vitamins, brushed my teeth, and then I drew a little more. And then the day was complete. It was not planned, it was not optimized, it was just creative and honestly spontaneous. And that's exactly the point of life, I think. Well, my opinion. Well, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.